Very warm welcome today, ladies and gentlemen. Commodity TV out of Munich, here out of our studios, and we have now live from Perth Dr. Alistair Cowden here with us, and he will answer us some questions about the sale of his Finnish assets from Altona mining and why he did it and what will be maybe the benefits for the shareholders. Alistair, very good day today, and warm welcome also to you from Perth here. My first question would be, why has Altona Mining chosen to sell its Finnish assets?
Well, the reason is really quite simple. We had an unsolicited approach from Boliden, who are a large Scandinavian mining company, who approached us and asked if we were interested to sell. So after some time and their due diligence, we reached some agreement and reached a price that we thought was compelling for shareholders. So that's what we've announced today. And the price is not 95 million US. It's 95 million US plus 5 million of adjustments. That's our estimate of adjustments for working capital and other items. So the net result should be around 100 million US or 106 million Australian dollars at today's exchange rates.
And Boliden, a very well-known company, but who is Boliden and what is the nature of the transaction?
Boliden are a large base metal miner and smelter. They're an integrated miner. They mine, smelt and refine and sell metals, copper, lead and zinc. They have mines in Sweden. They have refineries and smelters in Sweden and Finland. So they have smelting and refining operations in Finland. We sell our concentrates to them, but they have no mines. So this is the first step into Finland as a miner. So it makes strategic sense for them. If there's a natural buyer of the asset, it is Boliden. In terms of the nature of the transaction, it's very straightforward. We are seeking shareholder approval for the transaction. That will be at a meeting to be held around the 14th of August. At that meeting, if approved, and we have other conditions precedent approved, we will then be able to move to settlement, which would occur around the 1st of October. At that point, we get our money. The nature of the transaction is really a very simple one. It's a cash transaction. We give them the asset, they give us money.
Alistair, how will shareholders benefit from this transaction and what is the expected timeline for its completion?
Shareholders will get, I guess, two benefits from this transaction. The first is the board has decided to return 15 cents a share in cash to shareholders. Now, before this transaction, the weighted average share price for 6 months was around 16 cents. So we're giving back almost the share price before the transaction. We're seeking a ruling from the Australian Taxation Office which will determine the proportions we can give as a capital return, which in normal cases is free of tax in the shareholders' hands, or a dividend or a share buyback. Until we get that ruling, it's impossible to determine the proportions. So the first advantage is the shareholders are seeing a crystallization of value from an ongoing operation. And the value is evident from the share price and the value of the company before the transaction. Before the transaction, our market capitalization was some $85 million. We had maybe around 20 million of cash. And we had Rosby, which has a value. You can do the arithmetic. Offering 106 million Australian dollars is an awfully large premium to the implied value of Outokumpu. So it brings forward and crystallizes value today free of risk for shareholders. So that is the first advantage. The other advantage in the unique nature of Altona and its portfolio of assets is we retain the Rosby project. Rosby is a very large asset. It's ready to be developed. It needs partnering and funding, but essentially it's optionality over copper. It allows us to focus on that asset and hopefully realize value. The nature of the company as it's evolved is that what we've seen happen in Outokumpu, we bought an asset, an advanced asset, we added value, embraced risk, spent money, ramped it up, turned it into reality and crystallized value, and importantly, what companies should all be about, giving the money back to our shareholders. We've done it once. Now there's the opportunity to do it again at Rosby and deliver some kind of value through a transaction, partnering, sale, whatever might happen. The board is open to anything that delivers value to shareholders. So two benefits, money and optionality.
My last question would be, what is Altona's mining strategy for the Roseby copper project in Queensland?
Well, Roseby is sitting at an interesting stage. It has its permits and approvals, has a study completed. It's a large project. We're in a mining market which is very averse to spending capital. So the challenge is, how do we get this thing into production? We have made the choice of not going down the path of dilutive capital raisings, onerous debt structures, complex financing structures, which we think only bring risk. Instead, we have chosen a path of looking for a partner, a bigger balance sheet, someone to share the risk and de-risk for the Altona shareholder. So our principal strategy with Roseby is to find a partner. But also what we are doing is to look at the upside in the asset. So very shortly we'll be embarking on a drilling campaign to add mine life and net present value. And similarly, and at this time where we've been a little bit inactive at Roseby, we've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work on geology, and we will be testing some quite exciting exploration targets. You never know. The other thing I think that's important about the company and Roseby is we're a clean and simple company with a simple focus. We have cash and Roseby. It's much easier for a company like that to participate in an M&A activity than one that had an asset in Finland and an asset in Australia. So any value-adding transaction that can result from that, the board, of course, would consider. So Roseby, I think, is beautifully poised to do the same as Outokumpu, crystallise value sometime in the near future.
Alistair, thank you very much for answering those important questions, and all the best for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching Commodity to Me. You heard it, Altona Mining, there's a strategy behind. The sale is done for the Finnish assets, and we will see, and we are curious what is coming on with the Queensland assets, with Roseby, copper assets, and with the Little Eva project. Thanks, and bye-bye from Munich.